JPMorgan Chase is one of the largest financial institutions in the globe. In the past, it's been very engineering focused. The businesses tend to be frustrated with the technology charges they receive. There's very little translation and way to understand them. When you start delivering a bill of IT that takes away the noise of just the inventory or the very technical compute, database, storage, MIPS, all these different technical terms, and you start packaging it in a different way, you can start focusing on an overall storyline and then drill into consumption. What I've seen happen is the ability to break that frustration cycle a little bit as we start talking less about products and more about applications. An application is something that an end user can generally relate to. They can tie it to their business model and their competencies of what they're trying to deliver. What TBM is allowing us to do and putting the discipline around pricing and costing and how you think about your product structure is letting us do more benchmarking and have a more stable product catalog that we can benchmark and understand where we stand. And it's not just against your industry competition, it could be against all industry of the same size and scale. So that has helped us put discipline around our own financials and how we think about ourselves. Now, for the first time, the product managers are running a business. They have a P&L, they have costs, they have inventory, they have clients, they have demand. For the first time, we're able to do that as a global team with both sides at the table. The hot topic of the year is cloud, and that's the one we're all looking at. And having our financials in order to understand the inbound financial implications, if we want to go into the cloud bigger, what does that look like? What's the financial proposition? Having your TBM model in place, understanding how you really attack which applications, not just from an architecture point of view, but maybe from a financial point of view, and track that and then figure out how you really decom it to get real savings into the systems is one thing. And TBM as a model really helps you put discipline around that. It's also on the back end. How do you take the information back from your cloud provider and then associate it into your bill of IT that you've already established? Cloud in many ways is just like any other outsourced relationship that you have, and you really need to be on top of your relationship, the terms, the conditions, the consumption, the demand. I'm really excited about the engagement level I have across the tech senior leadership community, and the focus on consumption and the focus on overall demand management. How do we drive the strategy into the cloud? How do we adopt new technologies? How do we think differently about technology delivery? It's going to be a steep curve. Once we model and understand how to go into the cloud, it'll be big and fast. For me, it's been an opportunity to have a seat at the table and shift the dialogue, and I think that the finance team is going to be right in the center of that with the technology team. Data quality is something that you can't let hold you back. I think data is a crutch that people use to not want to move forward. So I don't think it's the biggest challenge, but it's the most prevalent challenge that people try to use to poke holes in the concepts. You're never going to have it perfect. You can shift the dialogue to transparency and showing where the breaks are and then working to fix it and get to root causes for fixing it. You don't always have a key sponsor or the one you want, but you kind of have to find someone to go into the partnership with. If you're in the infrastructure side, you want to try and find an application person. You kind of have to find a starting point to make it work. You just have to start. Don't listen to the naysayers, and I guarantee once you start putting information in front of people and provide transparency, you get hooked.